Welcome back, trustees. Welcome back to another episode of Trust Us, the top 50% podcast of the world. Technically, still hanging on. Haven't looked at the stats from last week. Obviously, we had a new host on last week to fill in, and I think he did all right. But sadly, we've still lost two hosts to the Northern Hemisphere, and don't know what Pross is doing, which leaves us again with another fill-in.
Is that me? Is this my intro?
Yeah, it was a weaker one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure it has the same effect when I was on last week. Equally, I'm disappointed that you said it was going to be a statistical-based decision, and you've let us down once again on the maths. There's no statistics as to how we went last week. And also, you said you were going to bin me if we're below a certain bar, and that hasn't happened. So
True. I was really happy with the reel that we made out of the episode. So I think solely off that, the rest of the episode was trash. But after that 1 minute 20 clip that we were able to clip, that was powerful. That was one of the best we've done. So
it was good stuff. And to be clear to those of you that didn't make it to minute 47 in the podcast or whatever I think it ended up being, it was essentially Hayden telling us that in 31 years of his life, he had never been rejected. So I think that deserves a recap. It was incredible content. Can't say it's true. Are you going to double down on that?
Well,
31 years?
Well, I think the reason why it's never happened is because in season 2 of the Road Guide / Trust Us, we actually did a guide to rejection. So I know there was a chance we're going to do a topic on that today, but because we had such success in the past, and realistically, we just nailed those steps in episode 22, I believe it was. Yeah, you know what? Quote me on it. You guys won't hold me accountable anyway. So yeah, there you go. That's where the truth about rejection is secretly hidden.
So you're telling me you've delivered on 0 of the promises that you made last week?
That would be consistent with the majority of my decisions in life.
Well, that's what the trustees are here for, I suppose.
That's it. And I do feel like I need to apologize a little bit. I was pretty hard on the old trustees last week.
Wait.
No.
So you trust it.
No, you don't get one of them. You're family. And I specifically came a little hard, like attacking babies. And
I thought it was fair, personally.
Yeah, there's a place for it. But I've had another thought along those lines. And I think there's a positive of the babies that people start popping out is that when like say there's someone you've had on Instagram for a couple of years and all of a sudden they're popping out a baby and you're like, okay, I don't want to see this shit. Then you just like unfollow and then it's just done, problem solved sort of thing. Because it's kind of like, they're kind of like an acquaintance and it's like,
is it the baby that you're unfollowing them for or the fact they're happy in the photos?
It's effectively like, say I'm throwing a party, right? And they're like, oh, should I invite them? Should I not invite them? And then you're like, oh, I'll invite them. And then they bring a +1. And you're like, nah, done. That's it. Yeah, too much attention seeking. Yeah, so.
Bit
them. A baby's a +1 and they shan't be allowed in my Instagram feed. Unless I know you. And then I'd give you a +1,
I appreciate it. Is that me personally? Me personally, or just someone that you were close with and might qualify?
I think I'd give you one. Yeah. I don't think have I ever actually used a +1?
Yes. I can't remember what the event was. You brought some, albeit for lack of better words, random girl to some
random to you.
Random to me, to some event.
Oh, actually, I've got a bone to pick with you. How am I the only one that hasn't met your missus?
Because you didn't come to grand final day. I think
I didn't
a pretty
know.
good slam dunk. I tried to say to you, this is the one not to miss, but you weren't interested. Jacko got his kid off. It was great. Bit of nudity, like it should be on grand final day.
That's fair. But yeah, so I'm going to not touch grand final day. So
we'll circle back to that at minute 50 when people stop listening.
Yeah, true. That'll be a safe time to open up. But no, give it to me, mate. What's happened in your week? Obviously, besides flaunting a +1 in the face of everyone except for me.
Yeah, a bit of flexing going on in the group session there at grand final day, and the bush at Anarchy actually. So, a couple of horses being fed inappropriate food items, much to the demise of the horse owner.
Okay.
A bit of wood chopping actually featured, H. A bit of wood splitting seemed to be the activity of choice, which really had me questioning the people that I'd chosen as friends. But here we are. What else is going on? Look, it's almost moving day for me. So I'm moving to a different house. I don't know where. I have nothing lined up. So
Nice.
It probably speaks a little bit to, I thought I was more organised, and then these things roll around, and there's a real she'll be right mentality about it. Even though she probably won't be right.
Nah, never is. But sometimes the pressure of the situation makes you pull the trigger.
It's the uni deadline thing, right? You need the deadline to really help you pull through. I agree with that.
Literally. Because I think I look at a lot of things in my life, and if I don't have a clear deadline, I'm very lax on it. I'm very relaxed. I'll just wait till it has to happen.
That's going right down to the deadline. That is the last possible second. What about you, mate? What's news in the world of Dossel?
Fuck. I don't know anymore.
Should we talk about grand final day?
No, I've paid the price for my actions, and that's fair
Have
enough. I clocked probably 400 steps on Sunday. That's was
pretty
it.
grim.
Yeah,
I think I got more than that after I broke my leg, man.
Potentially. I went down to the sauna and turned it on, and it was at 40 degrees, and I was in there for 10 minutes. I was like, nah. That's too hot. I'm out of here. Yeah,
the body was not ready for punishment.
Mate, this might be a hot take, but I absolutely love milk when I'm hungover.
Milk is fantastic. Actually, dairy in general. I just don't think dairy ever lets you down unless you're lactose intolerant. In which case, your body's let you down. So probably not dairy.
That's true. That's natural selection. Don't you dare blame dairy.
That ties very well into last week's victim topic, actually. We've just saved dairy.
Yeah, they've literally been... Lactose intolerant people are like the epitome of victims.
Well, they actually have something to double down on because God definitely has wronged them. I know I've doubled down on God being the one responsible.
We shall hold him to account.
Just very religious. I've done all 4 sacraments, so I'm qualified to speak on behalf of God.
No, fair. I have had some thoughts recently. I did make a mess on Saturday night when I came home with a burger.
Throw up on yourself again?
No, I didn't throw up on myself. That's your thing anyway.
I'm really annoyed that I plugged that. Can I edit this week's episode?
Yeah. Oh, that's so unselfish of me. Basically, I must have come home with my burger and just made an absolute mess of the joint. The table, but everything everywhere. And then I've gone to bed. And then because, he didn't go out, didn't have a late one. So he's woken up just to an absolute pigsty on the table. And the good bloke that he was cleans it all up. And then, didn't hold it against me, which I've definitely had roommates.
That is silly.
Hold such behaviors against me. But
so they should.
Yeah, and so they should. Yeah, I'll admit, I got some issues. But today, I need your advice. Everybody needs our advice. But we've got our road guide to dealing with roommates.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. So
we've gone away from rejection and into the art of dealing with roommates.
Yeah, well, you can't actually reject them once you're in.
That's true. You cannot choose your family or kind of your roommates. Depends where you find them, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you can definitely choose them. I think you can fuck up as well.
Well, you can choose them unless you're the one being chosen, I suppose. So you could be on both sides of the ledger here.
True. I chose family with you, didn't I? When we moved in together. What do you reckon that was? That would have been over 10 years ago.
I like not to think about those things. Probably closer to, literally 12. That's scary.
That is pretty wild. That's pretty wild. 2014.
2013, I think. Year earlier.
Nah, 2014.
No, 2014. You are right.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah. But we had a couple of stints at it, and I think we improved. as time went. Because first time around, we were just children. There's no doubt about it.
I think that first house that we chose together, we learnt one key thing, didn't we? And that was to choose your housemates very, very wisely.
Yes, and it wasn't because of us. There was a third housemate we had involved in that house. And just you run the gauntlet a little bit when you find someone online for it. And we found a unique character, and we got to experience some unique situations.
You're being very political with this. We found a housemate, and we very much made the decision on the basis of money saved, and not on the basis of what we would have to put up with when he moved in. Not to mention when he moved out, I believe we caught him in the driveway with all his belongings in the back of a ute.
Literally.
Not intending at all of telling us that he was leaving. So I've got to say, the funny part about that is not at all the weirdest thing that he did whilst he was roommates with us. I could go through a list of several things. But yeah, that was a big eye-opener, I think, H, of what was out there on the big wide world.
Yeah, for sure. But it also helped because sometimes when you're in a house that's not that fancy, obviously, we've moved up in the world a little bit now. But when you're in one of those houses where you can be a bit more flexible with breaking things, especially when you break a wall and then you find out it's asbestos, and then you have power over the real estate. You have power.
Now, when we say break a wall, do we mean you pushing someone through the wall?
The wall was broken. How I broke it through potential pushing, as you say, quote unquote.
All right.
I don't know what I'm saying.
This wasn't a law podcast, all right, man? And
he got me.
You hadn't passed the bar, so
Guilty.
Let's get rid of this. Now we're talking. That guy deserved it. He doesn't have to go through this.
Yeah, we didn't even. You should have seen what he was wearing.
Yeah. The thing is, at least you fixed it, H. That's I don't even think the real estate noticed. So.
No, because I didn't fix it. We just got one of the boys we played footy with to fix it while we had at a party, so that worked out well.
Ultimate logistical movement there. That was just don't even have to be home, mate. Just help yourself around the back, fix her up, and I'm not paying you.
Yeah, no money, just handshakes. All right, let's get into the shit that I've done. I think that's fair. It's what the people want to hear. The trustees want another reason to hate me. I'm going to give them one.
Hell yeah.
When I come in on a late night out, I want everyone.
Before you go forward with this, I just want to say, if I don't deem this as enough, I will chime in. I will chime in with some DOS stories of my own. So I don't want you to sit on the fence here and throw some little nibbles.
Look, you got to understand, man. We can't go too hard. We can give him some information. We can't give him everything.
The lawyers have said, so long as we don't incriminate anyone else but ourselves, it's fine. Okay? So we can do whatever we want within the realms of keeping it specific to you.
Okay. Well, let's probably start off. I wake everyone up when I come home because I want to bring the energy around to everyone. I'm a joy. Well, drunk me thinks he is. He's not.
It is very, very deliberate, mind you. So it's not, drunkenly stumbling into a wall. It is.
I'm coming into your room. Yeah,
he's wandering in and he's giving you the full 8 cents.
Yeah. I could. I think I've thrown spring rolls into rooms. I was like, oh, maybe you're hungry. I've thrown shoes just to wake you up.
He's got into bed naked with me once while I was asleep.
Yeah, that was nice. I thought you looked cold. I looked cold. But I always look cold, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if you remember this, but I remember waking up the next day getting spooned by my naked cousin, which is a very weird experience, mind you. And not only that, he then proceeded to argue with me that it was in fact his bed and not my bed. And he was so sure. He was so sure.
And it wasn't like I was drunk. It was that I was genuinely disorientated. Because it wasn't even like, when you wake up to go to the toilet, that's what it was. It wasn't even I hadn't just come home. So it was it was a pretty pretty traumatic experience, but thanks for bringing that up.
This is not the week to play the victim, okay? That was last week. We're moving on.
I haven't moved on. That's my problem.
It was a conscious decision H made, and I had to suffer the consequences. So I want everyone to be aware.
It was just a random Tuesday night.
It actually could have been a Tuesday or a Thursday. It's highly possible.
So all right, fine. We got that story out. That was the whole fucking story I know that you wanted to get out. But I think there wasn't too many others. The second stint we had living together was sort of pretty sound. I don't think we had a lot of fun. We sort of had more of a villain roommate. It was easy for us to. When you have a mutual roommate that you not necessarily don't like, but where the drama always is, it's a lot easier to get on with everyone else.
That's absolutely true. And I think if we're going down the guide to dealing with roommates, H, that's where we need to start. And that is step 1, which is identify the risk zones. Now, this could be anywhere. This could be a particular room. For most houses, it's probably the kitchen because there's some source of conflict that comes from the kitchen. If you can make it a person, that's generally easier because they do come and go out of the house. So you actually do get some periods of peace in between. Yeah. But yeah, look, to be honest, that's the critical element. You have to understand where are the fights going to start and how can you be in front?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think, and like a bathroom's another one. That's a big one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, once you're aware of them, you can sort of plan for it, I guess. You know,
and you can cause some chaos. You know, you can sort of make people think that someone did something when it was in reality you. So, for example, someone going
just
to
a random
the toilet,
example.
Someone going to the toilet in someone's ensuite when there's clearly a bathroom. You know, that's an easy one to blame on a visitor because why would we do that? You know, it just wouldn't make sense.
What the fuck? Did this happen?
No, I mean, it's not a specific example. Just a hypothetical so the listeners can understand.
Okay. Yeah, I think that, it's a big one. And also, like, obviously, when you know someone's on their fuse point, when, like, you have a guest over and they sort of eat their food instead of your food, that's, you're going to wear that price. But you also got to be a good host for the guest.
It's a trade-off. It's like the scenario we had with our first housemate where it was, do we take the cost savings and put up with this absolute idiot? Well, it's the same with hosting. Do you take the risk and improve the friendship, knowing that you're going to have to pay for it when your housemate gets home? Or do you play the conservative route and say, look, mate, let's just go to the shops, get some snacks, even though we have some perfectly good ones right here in the pantry?
Yeah. Yeah, fair. It's a balancing act. And I think that's sort of what step 2 comes into it, where it's like, just got to be prepared to hate your roommate. Like, no matter how good of friends you are, at some point in time, like, you're just going to hate each other. But like, it depends where that hate lands. Depends on how I guess the relationship is. I think
Gotcha.
So
what you're saying here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is you're always
wrong.
choosing.
You're absolutely wrong.
After I say what I'm going to say.
Sorry.
What you're saying is you never ever take the conservative route of potentially appeasing your roommate. You always choose chaos.
No, I think it's more. No, it's not about appeasing anything. It's just like you could hate them because they're they're not even doing anything that dramatic. Like it was funny. Like one of my old roommates, first guest of the show, actually, Curly. He great roommate, didn't do anything wrong. The only thing he did wrong was that he just put the tea towel randomly throughout the house. It's like I wouldn't know where the tea towels are. I'd be like, they would just be so rarely still in the kitchen. And I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, where the fuck is the tea towel? Like, I need the tea towel right now. And I know.
That was enough for you to hate him. Just that.
Just for that flash moment, where you're like, whoa, oh, wait, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. You woke him up 2 weeks ago. You're a pest. You leave dishes out in the open. Like you don't deserve to complain.
Mate, that I think I can lift off this and take us to step 3. So what I'm thinking here, I'm going to phrase this in a certain way. It is okay to lose food if you're going to win the war. And what that means, H, is you got a pantry. There's a lot of food in the pantry. Some's yours, some's your housemates, some you got from gatherings. It's okay for someone to steal your food.
What
So
kind
long
of
as you win the war.
gatherings? Like
Well, when you host parties, we're big on this. You host
gathering?
parties. Well, no, people are meant to bring stuff and leave it there, and you have leftovers.
That is the price.
People
that's
come,
the price for a party.
they drink all your drinks, they eat all your food, and then they leave the house dirty. That's what ends up actually happening. But in a world with friends who are generous, you would end up with extra food just laying about, maybe even extra drinks. Never happened, never seen it happen. But
What the fuck, mate? That's a really good point. I've just realised when we were younger, I felt like when you'd have pre-drinks or you have people over, like they'd all bring stuff. They'd all bring drinks, bit of food, and like that would you'd constantly have leftovers from that. And I feel like the last few years, people don't even come over. Like, sorry, people. I have friends. I have fucking friends, and they do come over sometimes. Okay,
sounds
make that clear. Make that fucking clear. But they never bring anything anymore. It's always expected that if I'm having drinks at mine, then I have the drinks.
It's the damn government, man. It's this interest rate stuff. It's these babies. These schools, man. It's all of these leeches that are taken. I mean, I'm giving people outs here, which I really shouldn't be doing. When you're going to a party, just take some drinks and some food.
But I'm not even talking a party. Like, just you just come to my house for a few drinks.
No, I'm not bringing shit, man. You're supplied.
Well, you don't have to bring them all the time, but just fucking bring a 6-pack, bring a bottle of wine, like.
So, I mean, chivalry's gone out the window a bit with that, hasn't it? Like, seriously, step into the modern age.
It's not a date.
It's
we're here to play Catan.
It's every man for himself. It's not about anything. It's just about winning. And that's bringing it back to what I was saying, H. It's okay to
what the fuck were you saying, man? You didn't really... You gave this loose fucking stat that people don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. I don't know what you're trying to segue.
It's funny how these things never make sense when you listen to half of it. And then
it doesn't feel funny. I'm not laughing.
You have this stupid look on your face.
The listeners can't see that.
All right. Anyway, so when I said it's okay to lose food, but to win the war, what I mean is sometimes your housemates are going to dabble into your food drawer. Sometimes they're going to take your cereal. Sometimes they're going to take a meal that you've prepared in the fridge. And that's okay. So long as you make them pay for it, mate. so long as you guilt them into a position where they feel like they've wronged you so much so that they need to then go out of their way to get some brownie points on the board to make it up to you. That's where you need to get. You need to get them between a rock and a hard place where the options are, you better sweeten this for me or you're going to move out. They're your only two options.
Yeah, fair. Where it's a bit of a, I want double now that you've taken the single off me. Yeah,
I want triple, man.
Yeah, woof, triple. Yeah, fair. It's like, you ate my last of my twisties. I want a fucking family pack coming back.
Now we're talking. I
want to see some currency coming through. And it sort of rolls into my step 4 actually, where it's like, you can set that trap. Because I think that I have a very universal rule of like, if they finish something of yours, then they need to replenish it.
How stingy do we go on this? So say, let's use your example before. Say you've got a thing of milk, H, and I drink it down and there's, the tiniest amount left in the bottom of that thing. But there is definitely some liquid there. Are you letting me get away with that?
I'm coming into your room and bashing the fuck out of you. I'm just laying in here. I don't want to hear you say anything. I'm just going to hear your screams.
Full mannequin. Mannequin flying out the window. What happened? No, he drank my milk again.
You didn't even finish it. There's not enough there for anything. What can I do with that milk?
Okay. This wouldn't even fill it up and go.
I don't even think I finished my step. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say, I guess, as well. It's like step 4 is set a trap.
I was trying to outthink your trap, but clearly it would have resulted in hell raining down on me.
That's true, but I just saved that for you, man. No one else. That's just for you, because we're family. We're family. We can fight.
Yeah, keep it in the family.
Yeah, yep. I tried to one
Um,
night and you kicked me out.
oh, sorry, we just got a message from our lawyers that we don't endorse family violence.
Oh,
There you
shit.
go.
Well, it's a bit late. Five seasons in.
How did you get them clocking in at 8:01 anyway?
Oh, mate, they're always listening. I thought, obviously, they saw 2 Slaters on today, so they got a bit nervous.
Are they actually like listening because they're interested? Maybe they are. That's the only way you get them on, right?
That could be how we're a top 50% technical.
Have you checked your credit card? You're definitely not getting charged after hours rates for this.
I refuse to look at my credit card after the weekend.
Can I have those numbers, by the way?
It's 6550506.
The reading writing
hotline. Yep, and I'm too dyslexic to remember the numbers exactly.
It was 1300655506.
It wasn't far away. Wasn't far away. Anyway, step 4 was set traps. I don't even think I said that yet. I can't fucking remember.
No, you definitely did. You got halfway through it.
Well, right. Well, let me explain a trap. So say you have a...
Now we're finishing the stories, are we? It was fine before when we were going through
All
step
right, Siri,
3.
mute him. So say you have a whole block of chocolate and you just smash it. But then you just...
What kind of chocolate?
Fucking hell.
Set the context, guys.
It doesn't matter. It's the yummy kind.
Not the yummy kind.
The chocolate that normal people eat, you know?
There is no chocolate normal people eat.
I don't know, man. I eat dark chocolate. I'm weird.
Oh, there you go. That's what the listeners really wanted to know.
Yeah, well, I've learned that trap doesn't work. So if you're going to eat
become so Melbourne, it's a joke.
I don't even have milk anymore. No, I take that back. I take that back. I'm not going there. I do have a skinny latte, though, just because, like, I panic. You can't go to a cafe in Melbourne and just order a latte. You have to say another word before you say the latte.
Get back on topic.
You fucking said it this way. We didn't have to. It didn't have to be like this. I could have just said the step. All right, fine. You have a block of chocolate, and then you've eaten it all.
Chocolate.
Marble. You've had a block of marble chocolate.
That's better.
And then the last row, you don't eat it. Put it back in the fridge. And that way,
for later.
your fucking roommate is going to get tempted.
Also, is chocolate fridge or pantry?
Oh my fucking God. Well, fridge because I eat it slower.
Okay, fair. I don't mind either.
I think it's the Queenslander in me that sort of keeps it in the fridge.
I don't mind a firm bit of chocky, so that's fair. So
hot
anyway,
take. I put my dark chocolate in the freezer so I can suckle on.
Wait, is this a real thing?
I'm not even kidding.
You're actually serious?
Yeah.
You're falling so far.
I'm so uncool.
From the man that you once were. If you're out there and you're wondering why our man Doss is single, we're starting to get a look in. You know, we're starting to see some gaps, some really clear.
Why can't anyone else like dark chocolate? It's good for you. In the
freezer. It's weird enough to like dark chocolate, and now you're putting it in the freezer.
It's like because you like.
It's like a hat on a hat, Hayden. You can't do it.
It slows me down, man. I'm a pig.
I agree with that last part. Now continue on. You're setting a trap. You've got the chocky in the fridge, freezer. For those weirdos out there.
Yeah, well, they won't. My roommate won't find it in the freezer, so I have to put it in the fridge. And then you leave it there for a few days, and they'll crumble. They'll eat it. And when they eat it, you're like, oh, brother, I was saving that. It goes back to it's okay to lose food to win the war. Like, man. And then goes back to last week being the victim, being like, I want my chocolate. I was saving that. It was, it was my birthday today. It was the same. I was saving that bar for when, my dog died 10 years ago. This is my anniversary. And then he's going to go down there, or she. It could be a she. Could be a she.
We don't discriminate here.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you want us to. If you pay us, we will. We'll do whatever you want.
Anything. I would do anything for a couple of dollars. It would have to be a note. Wouldn't have to be a note. It could be coins, and I'll do it.
Well, for me, I'll at least need a pinky. Anything less, not interested.
I'll give you a pinky.
Knew that was coming. Anyway, moving on. So what you're saying, Hayden, is we had step 3, which was okay to
Pink salmon jacket.
I really hope we edit this out. I really hope
this has been a terrible episode.
This is honestly, I'm deleting myself as a host of this podcast. You've refused to do it, and I will do it for you. So anyway, back into what we're talking about. So we've had step 3, which was it's okay to lose food but win the war. But what you're saying is there's an extra layer to this for the elitists out there that don't want to be patient. They don't want to wait for people to just magically stumble across the goods. They want to set it up. And you've put the chocolate in the fridge, and forget tripling. There's like, 8 rows of chocolate? You've just 8x'd what you had, because they're getting you another whole block, aren't they?
That's it. There's no other way to do it. Like, it has to be the whole block because you have to replace with the same. So that's a win.
That's a huge win. That's actually a really clever strategy.
I think. Do you reckon that's going to? What's the step 5 then?
Step 5. I'm so glad you asked. I feel like we've gone too far down the topic of why you're with them. I want step 5 to be the ending. Now, the ending's the key, right? Because everyone thinks that, there's got to be a winner. You got to be able to assess. This is what we all want. In any sporting event, you want a winner. In any debate, you want a winner. In any goss in the friendship circle, you want to choose a side. You want a winner, right? It's the same with having roommates. And that winner will come at the end of the tenure, right? So there's going to be a point where you'll have to, either put away your pride and agree, to go out amicably. I'm not even saying that.
You said the word wrong. It wasn't me. How good is this?
Amicably. I don't even know how to say that word.
Amicably. Oh, I fucking nailed it first time.
Edit this shit out. Right. Stop this.
No one will believe me.
Anyway, so you're going out. You have the option. Take the high ground. Agree. Let's just do this fairly. Let's get out of here in one piece. Or, H, you go out dirty.
Ooh,
and I'm a big fan of going out dirty. And what that means, Hayden, is that belonging that you clearly know is theirs, that pan, it's now yours. You just take it.
Fair.
That video game that they have in their rack that, again, it's clearly theirs. Guess what? Now yours. 5-finger discount. It's been added to the inventory. You got it. This works for so many different things. And people are like, in the move, you just magically lose shit in the move. In fact, I think you've stolen a lot of my shit. So
what the fuck? Fucking come at me.
Well, I could see you with you're nodding as if you know this step already.
Last time I moved out, I moved to fucking London. I didn't even take anything with me.
Yeah, well, you probably sold it on marketplace. I know.
Christ. What the fuck? I don't know, Hayden, but you're a fucking dog. That's all I know.
I wouldn't say that because I do know you are a fucking dog. Anyway, what I'm saying is, hey.
Yeah, what are you saying? Jesus, these steps are meant to be short. Fuck.
Are they?
Sometimes, most of the time. My last one was 2 words, and it still took us 10 minutes to get it out.
This is really why we need some sort of script to follow.
There's no scripts, bro. This is raw, authentic art.
Oh, well, anyway, get dirty on the exit. That's step 5.
Okay, I don't mind that at all. Get your fucking just desserts. If they didn't clean as much in the apartment, don't give them back the full bond. If they're not on the lease anyway. Yeah, I think, to be fair, man, my last couple of joints, I worked bloody hard to clean the joint, and they didn't do shit. So I was like, nah.
The exiting clean, it is a tough ask, isn't it? It really is. Especially
if you've got someone cleaning and they're not at the same standard of cleanliness, and you're like, I know this is not going to fucking pass. Then you got to go clean their shit. And then, yeah.
And then you just steal their belongings because that'll make you feel better.
True. And even just to burn it or something.
That's it. You can be vindictive. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, that's this week's road guide to roommates.
I just want to say, before you move on, I just want to say there is some real irony in you asking the listeners to trust you when you will not trust your co-host.
Anyway, what the fuck are we talking about now? All right, we're doing blind rankings. All right, so at least I get to fucking talk and you have to shut up for a while.
I'm not good at this part.
And we're going to do blind rankings to family gatherings. So this is where I'm going to just tell you 5 different family gathering situations, and you're going to rank them blindly from 1 to 5, anywhere within that order. Are you feeling comfortable?
After last week, I'm ready to go.
Sweet. I don't even know if I like these or not, But no, they're going to be funny. They're going to be funny. They're going to be funny.
I really don't like when you set it up really like it's just flaky, man. You're not committing to the bit.
I don't know if this is crossing some lines. That's all.
Oh, okay. No, we're good with that. Far away.
Well, I'm not. This is why we're having trust issues. All right.
The lawyers have sent in a message saying you're good to go, mate. So roll.
Send that to me. I want to see it. All right. The first family gathering is a wedding. It's a wedding. You know, it's a great time. Everybody's vibing. Everybody's having fun. Where would you rank that from 1 to 4? 1 being the best family event. 5
As in the
being
most
worst.
likely I'd want to attend.
Yes.
Or the one I'd have the most fun at, I guess.
The one you'd have the most fun at.
All right, I'm putting that up as number 1. I don't think you can get much better than a wedding, right?
Sheesh. Fair enough. Well, what about a significant birthday? So I'm talking like 21st, 30th, 40th. 40th is my next one. That's scary as fuck.
Yeah, you old boy. Birthday's good, but then you also get some of those like, you know, lingering distant relatives that you actually don't really like that much. Or some that you do a podcast with.
What do you mean? Darcy's
probably...
not on the pod. Well, what? Me?
the pause needed to be longer. the pause in between needed to be slightly longer.
I didn't know if I wanted to do the bit or not.
You had that one set up a mile out. Even I could sniff that one coming in. I'm going to put a birthday. I'm going to put it at 3 because it's good, but it's not accept. This could be a bad list because I think I know where you're going with this, but we'll put it at 3.
Well, what about a funeral then?
Okay, this is an interesting one because there's an example I want to give that's relative to both of us. We went to a funeral, Hayden, of a 108-year-old.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty bloody good funeral. I think everyone that went to that funeral, to Arnie Nell's funeral, was pretty happy about it. You know, it was a celebration of life. So if it was that funeral, that could potentially sit at 2. But, you know, are you giving me an age demographic or just a generic funeral?
The more spontaneous.
So they've died in their 20s. Yay!
I love spontaneous events.
We've gone bungee jumping. It's gone horribly wrong. And now we all have to attempt. Well, look, I think we have to put that at number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Smart.
Clearly it was a good decision because there's something bad coming.
Christmas. Where would we rank good old Christmas?
That's number 2. Christmas is a fantastic family day.
Hard to miss. I am having regrets about my last one. I don't think we should say it. I think we're going to say
it.
I'm going to pin this. And,
no, Hayden. The lawyer said it's fine. Just blurt it out.
Well, where would you rank? So what do we got? We got wedding. No, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, wedding.
Yeah, wedding.
Christmas. Significant birthday.
Yep.
Funeral.
Yeah. So this one's coming in number 5.
Yeah, which is a bit I can't say it out loud. So number 5 then effectively is...
Trust Us is currently experiencing some technical difficulties, or more likely, legal difficulties. We'll be right back.
It's a pretty heavy chat.
At what point in your mind did you think this was the kind of family gathering that we wanted to go for?
I was like,
I'm sorry, was funeral not enough for you? Did you need to go back a step, did you? Are you kidding me? What the fuck? You should have stuck with not saying it.
That's what I didn't want to. I regretted it.
Oh, look, the lawyers just messaged us. We've just been cancelled.
Well, like, we've both been in those situations, and there wasn't a funeral, so that's a win.
Jesus.
I'm so editing that.
All
right, so number 5 is Easter. So you prefer a funeral over Easter.
So now I can just slot back into character after what you've just said.
Yep, please quickly.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's my ranking. Easter slots in at 5. There's no way you're editing that. You're too lazy.
I am so editing that. I feel terrible. I don't make many. Well, I make plenty of mistakes in life. That one's up there. That one's up there. That was an oopsie.
Oh, that is so out of line. that didn't even come into my mind as a family gathering. Surely you could have done something else. Surely.
Well, like it's a pretty intimate family gathering.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. Nothing brings people together quite like adversity.
That's it, baby. That's all I wanted to get at. You know. So thank fuck that's over.
Oh, can we clip that this week?
Holy shit! Clickbait, something serious there.
I just want to preface that, like, we feel. Oh, certainly, I feel like we can speak to this with some little sense of humor to it, given we have lived through it.
Yeah, and I think the best part is that, because I'm going to edit that bit out.
Well, people are going to be like, idea.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Everyone out there, just think of like the worst thing that someone could possibly say, and know it's about 10 times worse than that.
Yeah, it is so out of pocket. It's just not okay.
It's so sinister that you actually wouldn't tie it with family gatherings. You wouldn't even like how Hayden's managed to arrive there. You know, is just like it's farcical. He's pulled it from nowhere.
I couldn't think of another one, to be honest.
It's actually because what I was saying, surely could have thought of something better. Maybe a baby shower? Maybe a gender reveal? I mean, I've never been to one of those, but they do look fun.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think I'd go to that. So I don't know if I'd count it as a family gathering.
Yeah. What? Just because you have to be there?
Well, yeah. I'm family.
Well, did you make step 5 about you when that happened?
Technically, yeah. I was there. I was a part of the family gathering.
The blind ranking number 5 wouldn't have counted if H.
Moving on. This segment doesn't have a name yet. But I'm sure if I've ruined a few people, I've ruined
a few more now. A few more now.
Not sure if I've ruined a few people's long weekends or not on Friday because
certainly did. Would have been good to see you.
I just literally just went and got a bar meat and did a bit of shopping. And I was walking back through like one of the main streets in Melbs, and it was a public holiday, so it was sort of like people were very confused with the parking situation, and obviously a lot of people that like weren't from Melbourne coming to visit for the footy and all the rest of it. And I just walked past someone and they're like, "Hey, can you help us with like the parking thingy?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I got this. I don't have a car, but I fucking got this." And so we're bippity-bobbing away. And then I was like, "Wait a minute, it's public holiday." So I like went and checked the sign and it's like 2 hours. And I was like, "Oh, you're sweet for 2 hours then." And she was like, "Oh, sweet. Oh, awesome. And then like walked off. I was like, "Sweet. Oh, what a good deed." And I'm just like walking away, walking a bit further down the street. And literally like 500 meters down the street, someone else is struggling with the parking thingy. And they're like talking to their family, like, "Oh, is the parking free or not? Like, what are we going to do?" And I was like walking past and I was just like, because at this point I also didn't have my headphones in because sometimes I just like to feel society and like listen to the sounds of society in the streets and just sort of feel human again. And as this conversation was going, I was like, "Oh, it's free. It's free today for 2 hours. I'll just make sure for 2 hours." And then like, as I walked off, I was like, I actually don't really know if it is.
Where did you pull 2 hours from exactly?
It was on a sign for Sunday, but then I saw it was actually metered. So I think you had to put it in the meter to get 2 hours. And then I'm like, if I was wrong, imagine if you got a parking fine. You would be filthy on that random person that gave you advice because they literally both people just blindly trusted me.
I can hear the cusses now. They're going to be, they'll walk back to the car. They'll see the slip under the windscreen wiper, and they'll go, "Damn man, bun salmon jacket! How dare that honeymoon island piece of shit ruin my weekend?"
He chose now to speak up. He couldn't speak up on the show.
The man gets love bombed one time and he takes it out on the world.
Was he working for the parking inspectors? It's the only sponsorship he could get.
Oh, that goddamn government bureaucracy. It's back again.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's, if you are going to help people, I think you've got to be like 100%.
Who would you rate as a lower scum of the earth? Hayden in that scenario,
Don't
or
bring up
the
earlier.
parking inspector?
Oh, okay. I'd rate me as the scum in that situation.
Worse than the parking inspector.
He's doing his job.
No, don't give him he's doing a job. Don't give him that out.
Okay. He's volunteering his time for money to keep the streets safe.
See, you know how we said not long ago that we'd do anything for money? These guys will throw their morality out the window for the sake of a couple
I
of dollars.
actually have a controversial thing. I saw a parking inspector help an old lady across the street. And then it was so funny. And as soon as she's across the street, he literally went up to the next car and put a fine on the car. And I was watching it from like the far corner of the traffic lights because I was waiting. And I was like, I can't believe that's just happened. I was like, he's done the good deed. And then he's followed it up by giving someone a parking fine.
I'm pretty sure I saw that same guy, and he put the ticket on the car and then walked back and pushed the lady onto the road. So it's funny that you've seen half of the story. You didn't see it finished.
You misread it. By the time I crossed the street, I pushed the old lady, grabbed the ticket off the car so they wouldn't know they got the fine, and then get the late notice further down the line. Just a good bloke like that, you know.
That's honestly that's how you set traps in the wider community.
Yeah. Transphobic this week. I actually have barely been on a tram, so I actually don't have anything.
I don't know if you can take the high horse, given your form on today's podcast. And I've only just gotten back to some form of composure after what you've been saying.
Oh, shocking, isn't it?
So, on transphobic, I think we should speak about phobias. And my phobia is your commentary on this podcast. It just needs to be called out, Hayden.
Commentary? What do you mean?
Do you have the credentials to be on a podcast?
No, I do. I was on a reality TV show. I actually
you didn't say anything. I watched it. You looked like a deer in the headlights. You didn't say anything.
When I had to do backstory, I said things.
They probably gave you a script for that, did they?
No, but they did sort of angle it a little bit.
Did you worry that you brushed your hair so much that it might fall out?
I couldn't believe that. As I was brushing my fucking hair, I was like, they won't use this footage. This is ridiculous. And sure enough, they used the footage in like the second shot of me. I was like, God damn it.
For those that don't know Hayden as well, I couldn't think of anything.
Don't rush to know me. it's not worth it.
I couldn't think of anything less rewarding than knowing this. Nah, I couldn't think of anything like less typical of you than brushing your hair. I don't think I've actually ever seen you with a brush brushing your hair before. Like I don't think I've actually seen it. And I've been around you a lot over the span of your life. So for them to use that as if it was just something you wake up in the morning and do, I thought it was a little bit misleading.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. Yeah, but a lot of it was misleading, you know.
Like having a girlfriend.
What?
Jabbity jab.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a beautiful world.
I didn't need that. I didn't need that tonight.
I love how we're coming to the end of the show and that just managed to slide in there.
You fucking did that last week as well, you prick. You were like, have you ever said I love you? And I was like, what the fuck? That's not what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you got real flustered. That was embarrassing. Actually, speaking of, are you going to tell us about what happened on the weekend or not?
Christ.
No,
nothing that bad. I didn't say I love you.
Well, that puts us anywhere between 0 and 100.
No, I realized I'm too old. The most embarrassing thing about that night, Saturday night, was like I had a shot. Also, I'm too old for that shit. But I had a shot.
A shot of?
Tequila.
Oh,
and I couldn't get it down. It was so embarrassing. I was like, I was like, get me home.
Were you like, was it like one of those ones where you're like near vomiting, like it just, or were you just sort of choking on it?
Choking on it / maybe near the vomiting, but not like actual vomit or anything. Just like it's just going down the wrong hole sort of vibe. Yeah.
This is perfect because I want to call this out. I want to call this out because
man.
no, I need to call.
Why you ruined my rap?
Because there's one thing that I've heard far too many times, and I don't even know if you're saying it, if you know that you're saying it anymore. And it's taking everything that you kind of don't know how to finish and putting kind of vibe on the end of it. So you'll just be wandering along and you'll be like, yeah, you know, that parking inspector, you did this real nice act kind of vibe. And it's just not necessary to be in there, but you just find a way to just plug it at the finish. So, you know, I just feel like we need to call that behavior out.
Yeah, fair enough. That might be your last episode with us. Kind of, maybe. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I see you didn't pick up on my fucking hilarious joke just then.
Sorry, where was it? I just heard abuse.
The abuse was after the joke. You better laugh. This is a podcast.
Jesus, Hayden, after all I've done for you.
Hey, I was at that family gathering with you, man.
It doesn't make it right.
I was at the one that mattered. Not the other ones. Not the funeral. Not all that shit.
Oh, that's so... It's honestly... We need to stop. This is...
Yeah. Thank God. That's it. That's all we got this week. I hope we've given some good advice on roommates. Ignore everything else in the episode. If you've just flicked to the end for some reason, just skip it. You've done well. That'll still give us a stat, I think, maybe. So that'd be great. Yeah, but that's it. Trust us. We'll be back next week.